Hey guys, this is going to be a quick little tutorial video on Piktochart if you've never used it before or having issues with something. I'm not necessarily going to answer every question in here because I think you find out a little bit more through exploration, honestly. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what it can do. So first you're going to go to piktochart.com if you haven't done so already. This screen is going to pop up. If you most likely haven't used this before, if you have, you can go ahead and click login. If not, go ahead and click sign up and create your account. It's free. I think it does ask for your email. I would suggest using your Gmail. Make sure you save that password because you're going to need it, especially this week. Once you're logged in, you're going to get a screen that looks like this. You can do several things. My advice, honestly, would be to choose a template. So all of these that I'm scrolling through right now are templates. You may not have a graphic that features what the template is showing, but you'll find that the template already has some really cool like space and colors available for you and kind of are already thematic, so you can just play with them that way and change the things that are inside of them. When I make graphics on Piktochart, that's what I do. If you decide that you don't like any of the templates, feel free to create your own. You just have to come up here to create a new Piktochart. You basically make all the shapes on your own. So I'm going to show you what it's like to pick from one of these templates really quickly. Be careful because some of them are free and some of them are not. I'm selected on free templates right now, so most of these should be free. It will tell you if you have to pay for it though, so you don't have to worry about like accidentally paying for something. Like if I want to do this one right here, I'm thinking I like this one a lot. I'm just going to click on create and it's going to pop up on the screen for me, looking exactly like it did in the preview, hopefully. So what's awesome about this is it already has those shapes available for me. So I can hopefully play with this and do whatever I need to with it. If something doesn't apply or something doesn't work, you just change it. So you use this tool. If you can see the four corners of the arrow, that's kind of like the selection tool. You can use those to select things and move things. For example, if I want to get rid of this tree, I just select it and then I click delete and the tree's gone. So if my graphic has nothing to do with nature and those trees are not serving any purpose for me, I can get those out of there. You can delete anything that is on here. So if I don't want a text box there, I can take it away, though I feel like it would probably be helpful. What I like about these templates is that the fonts are kind of already set for me, so I don't have to worry about like picking fonts that are visually appealing because they're already there, which is really cool. So if I want to change this, I should just be able to highlight it, backspace, and change it to whatever I need. So if you're doing a graphic on election day, you just type that in there, and then you can type the new heading, ins and outs of politics, or something like that. You can change that however you'd like. Then you'd obviously change all the text so that it says what you want it to say. Now, over here is most of the customization that I really want you to see. But I think probably the ones that you'll use the most that I really want to encourage you guys to use are these icons and photos. So the icons are sort of that like illustration type look that you'll see in most of these graphics, and they have a ton in here. So hopefully you can find something to use. I do not want you guys using photos off the internet. So keep that in mind. I know it's tempting, but I want you to avoid it for copyright issues. So if I want an American flag, let's see if it'll have that. Maybe if I just type flag. There's the American flag right there. I can select that. And there it is. It just pops right up on my screen like that. So you can do something like that. That would be really cool. It has more options than you think. If one thing doesn't work, like you saw it didn't work when I typed American flag, just try flag. But all you have to do is click on those icons like that. There is also an option for photos. I don't necessarily recommend for graphics, so I don't know if they always make sense. But you can totally use those photos if you'd like, and then you can resize it however you need to. So there are the search options there. If you want to add any kinds of shapes or lines, you can click on the shapes and line box to add something there. If you want to change the background, you can also change the background of your image or of your square. That looks kind of cool for election day. And then opacity makes it see-through. So if I want to lower the opacity of this and just kind of have it vaguely in the background, which looks really nice, I can do that right there. A few other things I want to show you. These buttons up here just kind of help you with customization. So if you want to color something differently, that's the color right there. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it blue so you can see. There we go. You can do that. If you want to turn something, you can do that. You guys can just kind of play around with those so that you can see what those look like. If you want to add a text box, you just come over here to text, click which text you want. What I also think is really cool, if I can scroll down here, let's see if it'll let me. There are a series of different like text frames you can use for this, which look really cool. So you can do some searching through that. But if you want something like that, without creating it yourself, you can come in there and type something like that. Or you just create a general text box, like a title or a subtitle, and click on it that way. So that works as well. And then I think probably the only other thing that I want to show you that's really important, if you pick one of these graphics that's pretty long and you don't need all of these, you can actually delete full sections. So they call them blocks. So right now I have this block selected. If I don't want it, I just click delete block and then it's gone. If I don't want this block, delete block and it's gone. So you can delete as many as you want. It's totally up to you. As long as you're meeting the requirements, I'm totally fine with any of that. So that is basically how Piktochart works. That was a really broad overview, but you guys can play around with that a little bit, and I think you will find out even more things that this can do that I didn't even know about.